Welcome back to our channel, Movie Enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the sci-fi thriller that left audiences both intrigued and disturbed. Welcome to a quick recap of the film, Splice. Join us on a rollercoaster ride of scientific ambition and ethical dilemmas, explores the boundaries of genetic engineering and the consequences of playing with nature. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe and leave a like to our channel. Let's begin. We are introduced to Elsa and Clive, two youthful and stylish scientists. Elsa and Clive are creators of peculiar meat blobs, named Fred and Ginger, which exhibit intriguing behavior with their purple tongues and even manage to reproduce, eliciting endearing reactions from observers. Following this success, Elsa and Clive proudly showcase their achievement at a meeting, proposing the idea of crafting creatures with human-like attributes for the betterment of humanity. However, a wise French woman advises them to proceed step by step and focus on producing a specific protein, rather than hastily delving into the ethical complexities of introducing human elements. Another individual, more conservative in perspective, emphasizes the potential moral quandaries associated with such a course of action. Unfazed by the cautionary advice, they decide to defy convention, taking on the role of rebels, endeavoring to fashion a novel life form interwoven with human attributes. Within the laboratory's confines, they converse in an enigmatic language of scientific terminology, often experiencing disillusionment. The passage of time becomes evident as Clive indulges in both pizza and Chinese cuisine. Eventually, their efforts yield success, prompting Clive to consider preservation by means of freezing, a moment marked by a realization of their capability. Elsa, however, takes a different course, inserting the creation into an ovum, instigating its formation. Their research journey continues, entailing interactions with protein structures Fred and Ginger, yet their focus repeatedly wavers due to the enigmatic presence of a concealed mutant womb. A spontaneous scene unfolds with Elsa vigilantly observing, witnessing the temporary cessation of the artificial heart's rhythm. Urgently willing its revival, the heart eventually recommences its beat. Amidst these events, a subplot unfolds where Elsa proposes the idea of living a comfortable apartment, met with resistance by Clive, who envisions to start a family. The two find themselves at odds over this matter. Chaos unfolds as the machinery malfunctions, portraying readiness for the impending birth of the life form. Necessitated by the disrupted equipment, Elsa resolves to undertake the process manually. She extends her arm into the synthetic womb, only to be ensnared and pulled in, immobilized. Clive intervenes, shattering the enclosure, liberating Elsa's trapped arm. In a state of shock, Elsa gazed upon the writhing entity, while Clive rushes to her side, administering a restorative injection. He manages to stabilize her condition as she regains consciousness, seeking an explanation. Clive, succinctly admitting an error, realizes that destroying the entity is imperative. Elsa, however, opposes the notion. The entity is transferred into an incubator for monitoring, whereupon the disheartening discovery of its demise transpires. Elsa's subsequent dissection reveals an astonishing hollowness within. A rustling presence captures her attention, navigating the room with astonishing swiftness, resembling a fleshy orb in motion. As panic ensues, Clive watches from outside the glass, prompting him to propose gassing the room. Elsa, countering fear with empathy, entices the diminutive creature to emerge. Meanwhile, Clive intervenes and pulls Elsa out of the room, prompting her to activate the gas. Adding to the dynamic, Clive's sibling, Gavin, is also employed in the laboratory. They inform Clive about Ginger's insufficient estrogen levels. While Clive acknowledges this concern, he defers addressing it due to his preoccupation with their extraordinary creation, a clandestine offspring of his and Elsa's. This peculiar child consistently cries and rejects nourishment. Yet, upon discovering its affinity for sweetness, they adjust its diet accordingly. Despite Clive's growing impatience, Elsa contends that the specimen's rapid life cycle necessitates ongoing observation. Elsa becomes aware of the creature's ability to spell, yet she persists in addressing it with infantile speech, disregarding its evident intelligence. The appellation Dren, a reversive nerd, is chosen by Elsa. A chance encounter involving Gavin leads to Dren's inadvertent attack on him, utilizing her spiked tail. Amidst renovations at the laboratory, the couple must relocate their unique progeny. Later, Dren falls ill and develops a fever. Seizing the opportunity, Clive contemplates terminating her, but his efforts are thwarted by her unexpected gills. Elsa expresses gratitude for the rescue, unaware of Clive's true intentions. An uneasy exchange transpires between Clive and his brother, the latter admonishing Clive for blindly following Elsa's lead and endangering their circumstances. In a pivotal event, Clive and Elsa engage in an intimate act near Dren's quarters, unbeknownst to them that she is awake and observing. Clive notices Dren's presence, a realization concealed from Elsa, adding to the disturbing complexity of the situation. However, events soon escalate into even darker territories. In a pivotal scene of the film, Clive, Elsa, and a French woman attend a grand benefit event. The purpose of the event is to showcase Fred and Ginger, two remarkable creatures they've created, and demonstrate their ability to reproduce and generate essential proteins, marking a significant advancement in medical technology. While Elsa eloquently speaks about the enduring beauty of love, an unexpected turn takes place. Fred and Ginger, once harmonious, engage in a fierce altercation using their spikes. The enclosed glass container holding them becomes a canvas of crimson as it fills with blood. The shocking display shatters, showering the entire audience with gore and tissue. The spectacle is truly captivating. Unbeknownst to Clive and Elsa, Ginger has undergone a transformation, now appearing as a male entity. This fact escapes their notice due to their preoccupation with caring for Dren, their earlier creation. Realizing their oversight, they decide to relocate Dren to Elsa's deceased mother's farm. This decision is marked by Elsa's complicated emotions regarding the farm, which holds painful reminders of her strained relationship with her late mother. Upon reaching the farm, Dren initially escapes and preys on a rabbit. However, after bringing her into the barn, a new chapter unfolds. Dren forms an unlikely companionship with a cat and enjoys a small pool for swimming, occasionally swinging from the rafters. In this environment, she gradually matures into a woman-like figure. However, Dren's mood is somber, as indicated by her arrangement of Scrabble tiles spelling out tedious. In a surprising turn of events, she impulsively leaps out of the window, prompting Clive and Elsa to quickly follow her to the rooftop. What they uncover there is astonishing. Dren possesses wings. Just as she is on the verge of taking flight, Clive intervenes with an emotional declaration, "We love you." This heartfelt plea prompts her to reconsider, leading her to return and share a heartfelt hug with Clive. Elsa's reaction hints at a hint of jealousy. Upon stumbling upon Dren's drawings of Clive, Elsa decides to separate her from her feline companion, conveying the lesson that desires sometimes go unfulfilled. In an effort to uplift Dren's spirits, Clive rejoins her, and the two engage in a whimsical dance to alleviate her distress. As this playful interaction unfolds, a connection blossoms between them, and Clive becomes entranced by her entrancing eyes. However, the moment of connection is fleeting, as he eventually has to depart. This parting prompts Clive to embark on a quest for answers. An intense confrontation ensues, wherein Clive accuses Elsa of blending their DNA within Dren. He expresses his frustration at the fact that Elsa can create a being as an experiment, yet their own attempts at conceiving a child together have proven futile. Frustration escalates to anger as Clive characterizes Elsa's actions as deeply problematic. Elsa makes her way to visit Dren, seeking to extend an apology and return the cat. However, Dren's response is unexpectedly violent as she impales the cat with her tail, driven by a refusal to be controlled and a reminder of her animalistic nature. Seizing the opportunity, Dren seizes the key around Elsa's neck and attempts an escape, prompting Elsa to react by striking her with a shovel. In the ensuing struggle, Elsa removes Dren's clothing and proceeds to sever her tail, regressing to the dehumanizing term specimen, reflecting the negative pattern she inherited from her mother. Just as the tension heightens, Clive reappears from the laboratory. Elsa seizes the moment, conveying her intention to employ the tail remnant to produce the necessary protein. Meanwhile, Clive encounters Dren in a vulnerable state, naked and restrained, evoking a sense of sympathy within him. He proceeds to free her from her bindings, providing her with cover before departing back to the residence. They've installed surveillance cameras within the confines of Dren's barn, allowing Clive to surreptitiously observe her. In a rather alluring manner, she engages in a seductive swim within her pool. In a peculiar turn of events, both Clive and Dren instinctively reach out to touch the screens displaying each other, unsettling Clive greatly. Subsequently, he decides to meet her in person, resulting in a series of intimate moments between them. During one such encounter, Dren unexpectedly unfurls her wings, creating an eerie atmosphere. The experience is a complex mixture for Clive, evoking sensations akin to engaging with a distorted blend of his daughter, an enigmatic anomaly, and Elsa. This climactic moment coincides with the healing of Dren's spiked tail, which subsequently becomes as sharp and threatening as if poised to harm Clive. The tension intensifies when Elsa unexpectedly walks in on their intimate interaction, creating a profoundly uncomfortable situation. The awkwardness escalates as Elsa eventually departs from the scene, driving away with a palpable sense of disquiet. Then, Elsa and Clive find themselves in a heated argument regarding the mutant situation. Eventually, they manage to reconcile to some extent. Tragedy strikes when Dren meets her end. The duo gives her a proper burial. However, their peace is disrupted when Gavin and a scientific colleague arrive, demanding to know the whereabouts of the experimental subject. The illegality of the situation weighs heavily on Clive and Elsa. Suddenly, a mysterious event occurs in the sky, leading to the science colleague being found with a severely injured face up in a tree. A sense of unease settles in as things take an unexpected turn. Gavin is taken captive. Clive frantically searches through the forest, calling out for him. The creature responsible for the chaos is a male mutant with the ability to fly, creating an eerie atmosphere. Clive is drawn into a pool but is eventually expelled from it. Elsa confronts the mutant, questioning its motives. To her shock, the mutant utters the words, "Inside you," with its newfound ability to speak. A distressing incident unfolds as the mutant assaults Elsa. Clive intervenes, using a stick to attack the mutant, who retaliates with its tail. Elsa contributes by striking the mutant's head with a rock, leading to its demise. Consequently, she becomes the sole survivor. In a clean office setting, Elsa is joined by the French woman once more. The French woman expresses gratitude for the valuable protein Elsa has supplied and inquires about her decision to keep the impending baby. Elsa responds with a wry smile, pondering the potential consequences. Her resolve strengthens, and she decides to proceed with the pregnancy. The French woman places her hands on Elsa's shoulders, and together, they stand by the window. And that's the end of the story. I hope you liked it. Comment down below what movies do you like us to recap next. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.